Welcome to all. My name is Deepti Ranjan Patnaik and I am working as an assistant professor in GL Bajaj Institute of Technology and Management, Greater Noida. And today we will study about the line coding, which which includes in second module. In the first module, we have already read about the probabilistic approach of random variable and random processes. Now we will see how the signals which are generating in the source, they are processing in the digital communication blocks. So in this lecture we will see the one very important concept, that is line coding. So this is the basic block diagram of a digital communication system. So here we have basically one source. Basically we have one source which generates the message signal, then which is denoted by m of t, and that m of t is passing through a source encoder. We have already read about this source encoder in the first lecture. Then this source encoder will transmit the signal to the baseband modulation block. This baseband modulation block is also known as a line coder, or here the main line coding technique is employed in this block. Then after line coding technique, it will pass through a digital carrier modulation, which is which you have already read in analog communication system. Basically this is the whatever the modulation techniques we have read about in the analog communication system, that is we are focusing on the carrier modulation, that one message signal is there plus one carrier signal is there, and we will add these two signals with some technique and will pass through the channel, that is your carrier modulation. But here you can see that there are two modulation techniques are coming. Okay, one is your baseband modulation technique and the second one is your carrier modulation technique. And then after that it will pass to the multiplexer, and after multiplexing the signals, so many signals, we will pass through the channel, and the channel has so many regenerative repeaters simply, which amplifies the signal in the path of the communication. We will see what is the multiplexer and regenerative repeater after this after some slides. So first of all, what is source? Your source is a digital system takes the input in the form of a sequence of digits. So the input could be a data set. Your source message signal could be a data set, or a computer, or digitized audio signal, or HDTV, and so on. Now after we have message signal, we will pass through this message signal to the source encoder, which converts this signal to the digitized form, that is 1010 bit form, and this 1010 bit form will pass through a baseband modulation block, which converts these bits to a waveform. Okay, and this conversion of bits into waveforms is nothing but the line coding technique. Okay. So what is the work of line coder, or that is line coding technique, and the device is that the block is known as a line coder. So in order to transmit this message which are in the form of sequence, these are the in the form of sequence. Okay, sequence of bits through a channel. So the binary digits are coded into electrical pulses or waveforms. We have seen, so many signals are there, bits are there, and we will convert these signals bits into waveforms. then this process is known as line coding. So, what is line coding? Line coding is nothing but the just converting the process of converting the bits into waveform, that is known as line coding or transmission, or it is also known as a transmission coding. So, there are several possible ways of assigning waveforms that is nothing but pulses to the digital data. So, line coding techniques are several types of line coding techniques are there, which one representation is shown below. This is the, let us say this is 1 0 1 1 1 0 0 1 0 1 1 0. So, we can see that for one each bit, the time is assigned as a capital T, which is known as a bit time slot, and this whole chunk of bits, is known as the code word, and that code word has some time, and that is known as code word time slot. And inside the code word there are bits, okay, and each bit has some bit duration, okay, that is bit time slot. Then we are converting these bits into we can convert these bits into waveforms, okay. So, this bit 1 I can represent some pulse is present, 0 some pulse is absent, and again 1 bit pulse is present, wherever bit 1 is coming, at that time we can say that that bit is that pulse is present, and if 0 is coming, then I can say that that pulse is absent, okay. Next, if I will represent this in the voltage format, I can say that if bit 1 is coming, then I will say that voltage plus V is there, and if 0 is coming, then I will represent this 0 voltage as minus V. So, plus V is your for 1 it is plus V, for 0 it is minus V, again for 1 1 1. So, this is plus 1, and for 0 0 this is minus V, and for 1 0 this is 1 and this is 0, this is 1 1 and this is 0. So, this is the basic format. This is the basic format of converting the bits into the waveform. Now, again same thing, it is used to line coding is used to transmit the digital signal over a channel. In other words, it is the process of converting digital data to a digital signal or waveform. Your digital data is in the form of 0 1 0 0 1 0. For example, this is the digital data, and after passing through the line coding, or after using the line coding technique, we will get the digital signal or waveform. Okay. So, it is used to avoid inter-symbol interference. Why we are using this line coding technique? Because we have to avoid the inter-symbol interference. That is nothing but the one symbol is there, another symbol is there. If there are so many possibilities in the channel that they can overlap. So, if overlap is occurs, then there is a distortion. So, to avoid this distortion, we have to avoid the inter-symbol interference. That is inter-symbol interference, that is what the symbol are, they are interfering. That's the inter-symbol interference, and we have to overcome, or we have to avoid this. So, to do this, we have used basic 3 types of line coding techniques. Okay. One is your unipolar, that is basically that is simple on off keying, it is also known as on off keying, and then polar, and the last one is bipolar. So, we can see what is unipolar. So, only one voltage level is present, that is V. This is also called as on off keying, or simply OOK. So, we have bits either in form of 1 or 0. So, in this unipolar format, this 1 is represented as a pulse is present and 0 is denoted as pulse is absent. Simple. This is a simple. 1 means pulse is present, 0 means pulse is absent. So, types, there are two types to represent this line coding technique, that is, one is non-return to 0, second one is return to 0. So, if the waveform stays at any non-zero level for the whole bit interval, so there is a bit interval, so let us say 0 to t. If in this interval, if the level is non-zero, that is, this is suppose 0 line, okay. If my level is fixed at this point for whole bit duration, okay, for whole bit duration, my the level is not coming to 0, then this is known as a non-return to 0. Similarly, if the waveform comes back to 0, if in the same interval, suppose 0 to t, if the bit is coming to like half duration, it is in the level v, and in the half duration it is the level in the 0, then it is returning to 0, okay. So, in the if the waveform comes back to 0 level after a portion of bit interval, let us say it is t by 2 half interval, if it is coming to 0 level, then it is called return to 0 waveform. But in case of NRZ, for whole bit duration, it is not coming to level 0. This is the basic idea, okay. So, this is the NRZ RZ. Using this NRZ RZ, we will see the waveform. So, this is the example. Bit 1 represents the pulse of full duration, okay, and with amplitude V. For similarly, each bit 0 represents the off pulse. So, here we have clock. In digital system we have already always clock. Let us say data is our 1 0 1 0 0 1 1 0. So, simple, whatever we can say, I can say bit 1 represents full duration of amplitude V. Bit duration is your this much and this much. If one bit is coming, then I have the amplitude level plus V for whole bit duration, and similarly for 0 it is 0, for 1 again it is V voltage, and for 0 it is 0 voltage, okay. Similarly for 1 it is V voltage, for 0 it is 0 voltage. Simple, this representation is very simple. Similarly for unipolar, now unipolar RZ case, okay. Here we can see in the NRZ case, this whole waveform is not coming to 0 during the in between the bit duration, okay. For whole bit duration it is level plus V or 0. But in case of unipolar RZ, bit 1 represents the pulse of half duration. So, I can see that for 1 it is half duration is your plus B and other half duration is your 0. Similarly, that is half of the bit duration remains high, but it immediately returns to 0. Half bit duration is high and immediately return to 0, which shows the absence of pulse during the remaining half, absence of pulse, this is, okay. Similarly, each bit 0 represents the off pulse, 0 means 0. For 1 it is half pulse is plus B and other half pulse is your 0. That is the representation of unipolar RZ. Similarly, polar. So, here we have two voltage levels are used. One is, if 1 is there, then it is represented by a pulse plus V, and if 0 is there, it is represented by minus V or opposite to plus V. This is also known as antipodal, okay. This is also known as antipodal. But in case of unipolar, for 0 we have we represent this pulse as 0, and for 1 it is represented by as a plus V. So, here also same, in this polar case also we have NRZ and RZ. So, polar NRZ, same, bit 1 positive pulse, bit 0 negative pulse. Let's see, this is the given data and I want to represent this data in the form of polar NRZ. Okay, so bit 1 means here this is your plus V, bit 0 means here not 0, here it is minus V, but in case of unipolar format, but that 0 was only if bit 0 is coming, that level was 0, but in case of polar form, bit 0 means you have level minus V. Similarly 1 plus B, 0 minus B, 111 plus B plus B plus B and 0 minus V. Similarly we can see what is polar RZ form. Okay, before the unipolar RZ, NRZ, similarly polar RZ and NRZ. Okay, so now it is polar RZ form. Okay, so bit 1 is represented by positive pulse for half duration. If RZ is coming, RZ term is coming, then that means half pulse will the term half duration will come. Okay, so for half duration, return to 0 means half duration will active, the level is there, and another half duration it will come to 0. Okay, so bit 1 is represented by positive pulse for half duration followed by return to 0 level. Similarly, bit 0 is represented by negative pulse for half duration followed by return to 0. Let us see what is happening here. This is 1, okay. This 1 is represented as half pulse plus V and another half pulse is your 0. Similarly, that 0 is represented by, here that 0 is represented by negative pulse, negative V, and it is also returned to 0. Okay, 1 means positive V return to 0. This is for bit 1. Similarly, for bit 0 it is negative V and return to 0 level. This is represented as a bit 0. Okay. Similarly, same sequence can be followed. For 1 it is plus V and return to 0. 0 means negative V return to 0. Again for 0 negative V return to 0, plus for plus 1 it is positive V return to 0, positive V return to 0, again positive V return to 0, and this 0 is negative V and return to 0. Okay. Similarly, now we have third one is bipolar. So it has 3 voltage levels, that is positive, negative and 0, which is also known as duo binary signals. So for example, it is also alternate mark inversion. This is one example of bipolar line coding technique. So for bit 1, alternate voltage levels of plus B or minus B. I will say why it is written like plus B or minus B during the plot. For bit 0, it is represented by absence of pulse as a unipolar. So as unipolar, for bit 0 it was absence of pulse. Here is also bipolar case. It is for bit 0 it is pulse is absent, but in case of polar system, for 0 it is not absent actually. It is minus B. So here in also like unipolar and polar cases, bipolar has also 2 types, that is NRZ bipolar and RZ bipolar. Okay. So see what is bipolar NRZ? See, if 1 is coming, then it is plus B, and if 0 is coming, that is 0. For 0 there is no question. Okay, for 0 this is 0, but for 1, alternate 1, it is written that for bit alternating voltage levels of plus B or minus B. That means if first bit is coming, that is plus B. If after that, after some duration or after immediately after also, if 1 is coming, then that would be minus B. Again, whatever the 1 is coming after the some duration or after the next bit also, it is positive 1, and again if 1 is coming, then it is minus V, plus B, minus B. Alternatively the voltage level is changing. Similarly, for bipolar RZ, same. This both are same. Only difference is this is NRZ means whole beat duration. Whole beat duration it is plus voltage, but for RZ case, for half beat duration it is plus V, and for half beat duration it is 0 volt. So that is exactly equal. Only beat duration is changing, and for 0 it is also 0. Again for 1 it is how much? This is for half duration it is only active, and for half duration it is inactive. That is not inactive actually exactly, that is at the level of 0. Okay. So similarly the for 1 it is half duration, for 0 it is 0 level. Now we have see. Now we have finished the line coding technique. Now we have multiplexer. Multiplexer, so many signals are coming and they will multiplex together. Okay, and now they will pass through the channel. Generally, the capacity of a physical channel for transmitting data is much larger than the data rate of individual source. So what it tells, generally what is happening, if one source is there, I will send the signal from the source. I have some capacity of the signal. That signal has the capacity, whatever the capacity of the signal, it is very small compared to channel. So we have channel more capacity, but in the source we have less capacity of source signal. So I can use this channel capacity by multiplexing more signals, so that the channel capacity will be utilized very effectively. So generally the capacity of the physical channel of transmitting data is much larger. So it is telling that capacity of the channel is much larger generally than the data rate of the individual source. To utilize this capacity means this channel capacity effectively, we combine several sources. So one source is there, source 1, source 2, source 3. We are combining. We have already read in analog communication system also in the multiplexing technique. Okay. So we can combine several sources by means of digital multiplexer. The multiplexer what it does, it combines the signal. Okay. So the digital multiplexing can be achieved. Okay, the digital multiplexing can be achieved through frequency division or time division. Okay, so multiplexing, how we can multiplex or combine the signals either using frequency division or time division. But nowadays also that code division multiple access is also there. So basically we are using frequency and time division multiplexing. Thus a physical channel is normally shared by several messages simultaneously. By using these techniques we can normally shared by several messages simultaneously. Now last one is your regenerative repeater. So regenerative repeaters are used at regularly spaced intervals along a digital transmission line. One source is there, one destination is there. If they are apart from each other for several kilometers, then we have to add some repeaters so that the signals strength will be maintained. Okay, to detect the line income, regenerative repeaters are used at regular spaced intervals along a digital transmission line to detect the incoming digital signal and regenerate new or clean pulses for the further transmission along the line. Suppose one is replaced, second one is there. So we are just repeating the signal by strengthening the signal. This process periodically eliminates and thereby combats accumulation of noise and signal distortion. Here signal is coming, distort signal, noise is coming, again we will boost the signal. Okay, that then it will combat the accumulation of noise or signal distortion along the transmission path. Last one is the ability of such regenerative repeaters to effectively eliminate noise and signal distortion effects is one of the biggest advantages of digital communication. So, regenerative repeater was not there system over their analog counterpart, which was not there in analog part, but here in digital part it is added, which is used to eliminate noise or distortion of the signal. So, the properties of line coding, the transmission bandwidth is utilized should be as small as possible. Power efficiency is for a given bandwidth and specified detection and error rate, the transmitted power should be as low as possible. So, error detection and correction capability, it is desirable to detect and preferably correct the detection errors. In bipolar case, for example, a signal error will cause bipolar violation and can easily be detected. Similarly, transparency is nothing but a code is transparent if the data are so coded that for every possible sequence of data, the coded signal is received faithfully. Now, last one is adequate timing content. It should be possible to extract timing or clock information from the signal we have sent. These are the properties of the line code. And in the next class, we will see about the line coding part 2. We will see the power spectral, how the power spectral density is affecting used to calculate the power of the signal in the transmission process. So, thank you very much.